Super stoked to say the bike is done. I am super happy with it, and today I'm going to go through a little walkthrough on this 1978 Yamaha XT500. Let's check it out. So it's a 1978 XT500. When I got it, it was in pretty rough condition. You can kind of check some other my videos and check it out. But starting from front to back, I want to kind of walk you through everything I did, everything I've changed. One thing for this build I really wanted was to try and be as indestructible as possible, just because they're a rare bike. It's 45 years old. You know, I want that ability or option to maybe put it back to stock, or should I ever sell it, the next owner has that option. These bikes are just so rare that I would feel bad cutting and destroying history. So starting at the front here, it is the Kenda K270. Kenda was kind enough to send me these back during my build, and I've loved them. I think they really make the build and make the look of the bike. And super grippy, not too loud on the road. They've been unreal for that. New brake shoes up front, new cables all around, a custom fender up front here. I made custom fender mounts, and these were just some raw universal sort of fenders I found online, but they really fit the look of the bike that I was going for. Up front, we have a custom number plate, just a piece of kind of plastic that I cut into the shape, and then a nice bright LED light up front, all 12 volt. I did convert the bike to 12 volt, so no issues there. Moving a little further up, we got these newer bars. Kind of got them off eBay, a bit universal, but they do have a bit more rise and a bit more sweet back than the stock bars, which I really liked. Up on the grips, we went with some nice white Biltwell grips. They feel sweet, they look awesome. A little left side mirror tucked under, keeping that clean sort of look. It is a street legal bike, and I do ride it quite often, so need that safety up front. For the tank, this is not a tank that is made for the XT500. I modified it to fit. It's just a universal tank I found on eBay. I love the look. I wanted a different tank on this bike to really change the whole look of the XT and not keep it that stock universal look that most people have. So wasn't anything crazy to make it fit. It actually slid right over the frame oil tank. Just had to make some brackets on here in order to mount, but otherwise it fits awesome. Bolts right up, looks great. No cutting or modifications to the frame, so super happy with that, and the nice cherry red really makes this thing pop. Down a bit more, the exhaust headers are the same that was on the bike when I bought it. However, I put a little extension around the back and just a straight out pipe. There is an 8-inch baffle inside the rear exhaust, just to cut down on that noise a bit. She is pretty throaty, but I don't mind it. I think it sounds great. And then I just wrapped it in this heat wrap just to give it some look, some aesthetic, but also just to cover up a bit of the like dodgy welds and rust that was under there. So I think that looks awesome. Standard VM32 stock carb that came with it. Fully cleaned, fully rebuilt, new jets. I'm still working around with the jets to make it run a bit better, a bit smoother, but right now it feels really good and it kicks first start, which is ideal. Changed the filter out to a Uni foam filter, a little bit more airflow, clean some things up, so that was kind of ideal for me. Inside everything's been updated, so new points, new condenser, all properly set up, valves adjusted. I got new clutch plates, new springs. Kind of anything that had wear and tear to it, I wanted to replace. Just took the rubber off my kickstart lever. Also, I didn't love the black motor, so kind of started to clean it up. It's not the best. I could definitely work on it over time, but I was in a rush to get on the road as the weather was getting beautiful. One of my more exciting purchases for me, maybe not to others, were these broadened and widened foot pegs from Cato, Australia. They are so well built, so much bigger than the stock ones. If anyone has these bikes, they know the small ones are impossible to ride with. They just hurt your feet. These feel incredible, give you such a solid base, and I think they look sick on this bike. Stock rear suspension, that's going to get updated in time. Definitely needs a bit of love. Seat is stock. I just had to move it back a little bit. Coming into the back here, same idea as the front with the rear fender. Universal fender, cut it down a little bit, but it just really fit that like vintage dirt bike, Husqvarna sort of look to the bike, desert sled I was going for. Big chunky K270 on the back from Kenda, and just a little LED light. As I said, it's LED lights front and back. I changed the lightning coil to 12 volt so I could run that. I still have no battery. It still just runs to a battery eliminator and then into the lights, but works perfect for me. So that's a little look at my 1978 Yamaha XT500. This is the first bike I've really built, I've really taken apart and put together, and it was such a fun experience. I learned a ton along the way, had a lot of patience through the whole build, but it feels so good to have it on the road and ripping around. So not a whole ton left to do, just gonna clean some things up, but it's summertime and I just wanna ride this thing. So a bit more riding content to come. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask in the comments, but yeah, this is my bike and I'm super happy with it. Thanks for watching.